What if I told you that the biggest obstacles to your success are not external, but internal? Yes, you heard it right. The most formidable barriers to our success are often hidden within ourselves, like silent saboteurs, quietly undermining our best efforts. It's easy to blame external factors for our lack of progress. The economy, our boss, our family circumstances, or even the weather. But the truth is, these are often just convenient excuses. The real enemies of success, the ones that truly hold us back, are internal, not external. They are deeply ingrained habits, attitudes, and beliefs that we carry within us, often without even realizing it. One of the keys to overcoming these unseen barriers is self-awareness. Self-awareness is like a flashlight in the dark, revealing the hidden obstacles in our path. It helps us to see ourselves as we truly are, not as we wish to be, or as others see us. It's a courageous act of honesty, requiring us to confront our flaws and weaknesses. But self-awareness alone is not enough. We also need the courage to face these internal enemies, to challenge them, to question their validity. We need to ask ourselves, why do I believe this? Is it really true? Is it helping me or hindering me? These are tough questions, but they are essential if we are to overcome our internal barriers to success. Now let's take a moment to reflect. Consider your own journey towards success. What internal barriers are you grappling with? Is it fear of failure or rejection? Is it procrastination, that insidious thief of time? Or is it self-doubt, that nagging voice in your head that says you're not good enough, not smart enough, not talented enough? Identifying these internal enemies is the first step towards defeating them. Once we know what we're up against, we can start to develop strategies to overcome them. But remember, this is a journey, not a destination. It takes time, patience, and persistence. Before we dive into our discussion, take a moment. Reflect on your own journey towards success. What internal barriers do you face? The first enemy of success, lurking in the shadows of our minds, is fear. A silent saboteur, it can often be the very thing that stands between us and our dreams. Fear wears many masks. Sometimes it's the fear of failure that holds us back. We hesitate to take risks, fearing we might stumble and fall. But remember, every great success story is built on a foundation of failures. It's through our missteps that we learn and grow. Then there's the fear of rejection. It's a powerful force that can keep us from reaching out, from stepping into the spotlight, from daring to make our voices heard. But here's a secret. Rejection is not a reflection of your worth. It's merely a sign that you're pushing boundaries, challenging the status quo, and daring to be different. And perhaps the most insidious of all is the fear of success itself. It sounds paradoxical, doesn't it? But success brings change, and change can be scary. What if we can't handle the pressure? What if we lose ourselves in the process? But the truth is, success doesn't change you. It simply amplifies who you already are. So how do we conquer this pervasive enemy? Well, there are strategies. Exposure therapy, for example. It's about facing your fears head-on, taking small, manageable steps towards what scares you. The more you expose yourself to what you fear, the less power it holds over you. Cognitive restructuring is another powerful tool. It's about challenging and changing the negative thought patterns that fuel your fears. Replace "what if I fail" with "what if I succeed?" Instead of asking "what will people think?" ask yourself "what will I think?" Remember, fear is a reaction, courage is a decision. It's about choosing to move forward despite the fear. Every step you take in the face of fear is a victory. It's a testament to your strength, your resilience, your determination. So, let's make the choice to be courageous, to tackle our fears, to overcome them, and to step into the success that awaits us. Remember, fear is a reaction, courage is a decision. The second enemy of success, often disguised as a friend, is procrastination. It's a familiar foe, isn't it? The one who whispers, "There's always tomorrow." But my friends, let me tell you, tomorrow is a myth, a mirage that keeps moving further away. Now, why do we procrastinate? One major reason is perfectionism. We want everything to be just right. We don't want to start until we're absolutely sure we can do it perfectly. But perfection is a trap. It's an unattainable ideal that keeps us from taking action. Another reason for procrastination is overwhelm. The task ahead seems so huge, so daunting, that we freeze in our tracks. The mountain appears too high to climb, so we don't even take the first step. So, how do we combat procrastination? The first strategy is to break tasks into manageable chunks. Instead of looking at the entire mountain, focus on the first few steps. If you're writing a book, don't worry about the whole thing. Just aim to write one page, one paragraph, or even just one sentence. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, as the saying goes. The second strategy is to use time management techniques. The Pomodoro technique, for example, involves working for 25 minutes, then taking a 5-minute break. This cycle is repeated 4 times, followed by a longer break. This method helps keep your focus sharp and prevents burnout. Remember, procrastination is not your friend. It's a sly enemy that steals your time and hinders your progress. Each moment spent procrastinating is a moment lost, a step not taken towards your goals. In the battle against procrastination, remember this: action is the antidote. It doesn't matter how small the action is. What matters is that you're moving, you're making progress. So start now. Start where you are, with what you have. Procrastination is the thief of time. Don't let it steal your success. The third and perhaps most insidious enemy of success is self-doubt. This sneaky adversary has a way of creeping in, quietly eroding our confidence and prompting us to question our abilities and worth. It's that nagging voice in the back of your mind whispering, "You can't do this. You're not good enough." Self-doubt is a master of disguise, often wearing the mask of realism or caution. But make no mistake, it's an enemy, not a friend. It holds you back, keeps you stagnant, and prevents you from taking necessary risks. It's the wall standing between you and your dreams, and it's built brick by brick with thoughts of inadequacy and fear of failure. So how do we combat this formidable foe? Well, the first step is to recognize it for what it is. It's not a truth teller or a sage counselor. It's an enemy of success. Once we've identified self-doubt, we can begin to dismantle its power. One way to do this is through positive affirmations. Affirmations are statements of positive belief about yourself and your abilities. They counteract the negative narrative that self-doubt perpetuates. For example, instead of thinking, "I can't do this," you affirm, "I am capable and resilient." Another strategy is to seek feedback from trusted sources. Often our self-doubt isn't rooted in reality, but in our perception of ourselves. Constructive feedback can provide a more objective perspective and help us see our strengths and areas for improvement. Lastly, celebrate small wins. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory over self-doubt. It's evidence that you can, in fact, do this. It's a testament to your abilities and resilience. So don't wait until you've reached the finish line to celebrate. Applaud your progress and use it as fuel to keep moving forward. Remember, the battle against self-doubt is fought in the mind. It's about changing the narrative, shifting your mindset, and believing in yourself. Because at the end of the day, self-doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Trust in your abilities. Now that we've identified these enemies, it's time to declare war. Let's recap. The first enemy of success we tackled was fear. This insidious foe lurks in the shadows of our minds, whispering tales of potential failure, rejection, and disappointment. But remember, fear is nothing more than false evidence, appearing real. The key to defeating fear is to challenge it head-on. When fear rises, ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? More often than not, you'll find the reality is far less terrifying than the fear itself. Our second adversary is the master of delay, procrastination. A cunning enemy that makes us believe there's always a tomorrow to start. But remember, tomorrow is a mystical land where 99% of all human productivity, motivation, and achievement is stored. To conquer procrastination, we need to break tasks into manageable chunks, set deadlines, and reward ourselves for each milestone reached. The third and perhaps most potent enemy, however, is self-doubt. This enemy is the whisper in your ear, telling you that you're not good enough, not smart enough, not capable enough. To defeat self-doubt, we must cultivate self-belief. Affirm your strengths regularly, surround yourself with positive influences, and most importantly, remember that failure is not the opposite of success, but part of the journey to it. But knowing your enemies is not enough. You must take up arms against them, wage a daily battle within your mind. And the weapon you need is action. It's not enough to just know these strategies. You must apply them. So I encourage you to put these tactics into practice. Start today, start now. And as you embark on this journey, I invite you to share your experiences. Let's foster a community of warriors standing together against the enemies of success. Remember, the only thing standing between you and your success is you. Overcome your internal enemies and nothing can stop you.